All right, so we will get started, and we just need some blocks today, and we will start line on one of those blocks with the block under the shoulders. My brain is slowly catching up to things here. Block under the shoulders. And you can have the legs out straight or Supta Baddha Konasana, or maybe just easefully bent, whatever is going to work for you this morning. All right. So making your way onto your mat, making your way onto your block. No need to rush. Take the time to get things set up. A little squinging out of whatever needs a little squinging out along the way. And then there we eventually are. Taking a big inhale and a nice long exhale. Letting go of the rest of the day. Just be here now in your body with your breath. Every breath arriving a little more inside yourself. And just being wherever you are, if your mind is still wandering off to other thoughts and all, don't fight with it. Just keep gently turning your attention to your body. This feeling line here on the block to the rise and fall of the breath. And then if it's going to work for you today and you have room, stretching the arms out wide to the side from the shoulders. Then breathing the arms up overhead. Pausing with the arms up overhead for a breath or two. And then taking 2 or 3 breaths to slowly reach the arms wide and back down to your side. So adapting this as needed for your body and your space. Breathing the arms up, 2 or 3 breaths. Hold and pause a breath or two with the arms up overhead. And then breathing the arms wide and back down alongside. You can always take a little bend in the elbows if you don't have quite enough width. So as you come up, you sort of cactus the arms. Or you could just do that bent elbows because it's an interesting little variation in itself. And we'll do that up and down approximately 2 more times.
And then we'll finish here, letting your arms land somewhere, taking a few more breaths. And then as gently as possible, making your way up to sitting. All right, and sitting in Sukhasana with the crossed legs. And giving a little length and up, getting maybe some more space between the vertebrae, space in the hip sockets. Whatever other squinging you want to do. And letting the hands rest on the knee. Inhale and exhale, lengthening through the center, pouring down through the sides of the body. And then we will reach out wide through the collarbones, through the fingertips. Inhale and exhale, breathing the arms up. Inhale and exhale, breathing them down. Let's breathe both arms up once again. And then we'll breathe up through the left arm, side bending to the right. Reaching up and then over. And coming back up, big lift through the top of the head, changing the cross of the legs. Reaching out wide, breathing up through the right arm, up and over, side bending to the left. And then lifting back up through the top of the head, and let's come forward and over, breathing across the back of the body. Coming up, unfurling the spine vertebrae by vertebrae, back up on top of the sitting bones. Inhale and exhale. And then we will slide the legs straight out in front in Dandasana. And short forward bend of any amount, just getting settled in there with the extended legs, back of the knee opening along the floor. Reaching through the heels, standing on the wall in front of you, and then we'll bend the right leg. We're going to cross the right foot over the left. Don't let the left leg move toward the center. Make that right leg go all the way across. So it's like Matt saying Andrasana with a straight left leg. And pressing the right foot into the floor, reaching long through the left, we'll twist to the right. Inhale, lots of space. Exhale, and reaching back with that right arm and pressing the back of the right arm away into the half binding. Rolling those shoulders out and down as much as possible. Pressing through the feet. And coming back to the center, uncross the right leg. Take a moment, centering, standing on 2 feet. And then we'll bend the left leg, crossing left leg over without moving that right leg toward the center. Make the left leg go all the way across. Standing on the left foot, standing on the right foot on the wall in front of you and twisting to the left. Inhale, lots of space, and exhale and twist. And then reaching back with the left arm, pressing the back of the left arm away and into the half binding. Roll the shoulders down wide across the collarbone. And back to the center, uncross the left leg, and coming forward over both legs. Inhale and exhale. And up, and let's come up and downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. And walking the dog or anything else you want to do here.
And then finishing with whatever you're doing, and here we are.
In the best downward facing dog of this moment, nothing moving but the breath. Lengthening forward to the
Plank stretching long and flat on the ceiling, or using the kneeling plank, or maybe on all fours if you need to.
You feel like the hands drag back and the toes drag forwards. The answer can be no. Sometimes it's hard to feel that. And then we'll just set the knees down,
Long pull back into child's pose. Coming forward onto our
stomach into the Sphinx. Pulling back through the lower arms, wide across the collarbone. Tailbone into the floor, reaching back through the toes. Then let's lift the elbows and adjust the hands as needed so you can straighten the arms. Where's your straight arm but still spacious feeling cobra? And then calming down, sort of noting where the hands are there as we pull the elbows up and back into the small cobra and calming up in that small cobra, breathing 3, 2, 1. Calming down. Then taking the hands out across from the shoulders on the pads of the fingers with the elbows winging out in the giant bug. Rippling up, pull those elbows wide and breathing here. 3, 2, 1. Calming down. We'll go around through those 2 more sets, bringing the hands forward into your spacious cobra. Breathing 3, 2, 1. And then calming down, pulling the elbows in and back, small cobra. Calming up and breathing 3, 2, and 1. Calming down, giant bug. So maybe as you first come up, you get the arms straight, but then pull those elbows wide, making the muscles work a little differently. 3, 2, and 1. Calming down one more time around. Spacious cobra, wherever you need your hands to be. And then small cobra. And then giant bug cobra.
And calming down. Taking a few breaths here with your chin on the hands or forehead on the. And then we will make our way back up to downward facing dog, maybe with a few cat and cow ripples, breathing into whatever part of your back needs it. So maybe it's more the upper back than the lower back here. And then there we are in downward facing dog. And we'll walk the hands back to the feet at the back of the mat into Uttanasana. Inhale and exhale, pouring down through the top of the head, drawing up through the legs. Are you really drawing up through the legs? And then coming up to standing, carrying yourself up into a big front body yawn. And reaching the arms wide and down, long through the top of the big circle with the shoulders to interlock the fingers behind. And lengthening up the front of the body to lift the chest, to lift the chin. Using all that opening we just got in our upper chest. And then coming forward and over, pressing out through the hands. Keeping those fingers interlocked, bending the knees into the skier, then really arch into the lower back, not by splatting down, by pulling the collarbones forward and up, pulling the sitting bones up and back. And then tipping forward. And release the hands. Concave back, folding over, walking out to downward facing dog. And then going through the vinyasa, any version you want, forward to the plank, chaturanga. I'm just giving the outlines of the traditional version, upward facing dog. And then we'll all be back in downward facing dog. And let's lift our right leg up, reaching long through the heel. Bending the right leg dog at the high fire huggins. Through to the lunge. And then we'll bring that left knee down, coming up in Anjayasana. Let's bring both arms down onto the thigh. We'll do the one arm around again. I feel like we've been doing that a lot. And here we are doing it again. We're going to go 3 times. So first time, really taking your time, reaching forward, reaching up, pressing against that edge of the range of motion as you reach back, and then forward again. Going around twice more. And around, and once more. And then as we come forward, we'll pick up our left arm. And both arms coming up. And namaste in front. And then lifting the back knee, we'll turn to the wide leg forward bend. Prasarita Padottanasana, straightening out the legs, feet very parallel, and really pulling up through the legs. So even though we're maybe doing what I usually say in this position, pulling up the inner thighs, going down the outer, there's still the pull up the front of the leg. Kneecaps not sagging down. And then lengthening out on tippy fingers or maybe on a block. And we're going to take a twist to the left, toward the back of the room. Reaching up through the front of the left shoulder. So going up and out, making lots of space. Then pressing that left arm away so you can get it around into a half binding. Maybe hand on the sacrum with the elbow up. And then if you want to try pulling the right shoulder lower while you twist up through the front of the left shoulder more. And just letting that left arm go. Deep breath in the center, turning back to our right lunge where we came from. Stepping back to the plank. Vinyasa, downward facing dog. All right, let's do that around on the left. Lifting the left leg up. Bending the knee dog at the high fire hydrant. Through to the lunge. And we'll bring the right knee down, coming up in and Jayas. Bringing the arms down and onto the left thigh. And then especially slowly this first time, reaching down and forward. Reaching up to the ceiling and pressing back, finding the edge of the range of the motion back there. And then twice more rounds. Inhale and exhale, reach around, or maybe it's 2 breaths, but keep breathing, that's the important thing. Once more round. And then we'll pick up the right arm, coming back up and Jayasana. And Namaste. And lifting that right knee up, let's turn to the wide leg forward bending. Pulling up through the legs, pulling the kneecaps up. And then maybe the more subtle, pulling up the inner thigh, pouring down the outer. And then coming up, long and flat spine, maybe using a block under the hands. And we will twist to the right toward the back of the mat. Reaching up through the front of the right shoulder. Also, don't just do it with the arm. Remember to work from the spine, twisting through the spine. Lots of space and open, long and lifted. And then pressing that right arm away into the half binding, or maybe hand on the sacrum with the elbow lifted. That's another version. Roll those shoulders out, try to pull them back away from the ears, long through the top of the head. Maybe trying to pull the left shoulder lower, but maybe not. And then just release the right arm. Back in the center, taking the breath. And then we'll turn to our left lunge front of the mat again. And stepping back. Through the vinyasa. Downward facing dog. 3 deep breaths here in this downward facing dog. Coming down, sitting back in child's pose. Now unfurling the spine into simplified virasana. And then we're going to sit off onto our left hip, slide that right leg out to straight in a half dragonfly with right leg straight, left leg bent. And we'll come forward here, straight between the 2 hips. And then walking over toward the right leg. So maybe the arms are inside, maybe one or both hands on the leg, one on each side, wherever you arrive, and breathing and reaching long through the right. And come up. We will retrieve our right leg back to simplified virasana. And sitting off on the right hip, left leg straightens out. into the half dragonfly. And just seeing where your body center ended up, the two hip bones pointing and coming straight forward there. And walking the hands over toward the left leg. And the amounts. Reaching along through the left foot, reaching along through the top of the head. And nope. Retrieving your left leg. And then let's stand up onto both knees. So I'm just going to turn and face you, and I'll do the real right and left. I'll do my real right and left. All right, so we're going to take our right leg out for Parigasana. Heel a little in front of the line of the knee so that hip can roll down and you're not kind of hiked up and back. Standing right up on top of the left leg, reaching out wide through the arms and coming up with the left arm to the ceiling and then side bending over that right. Side bend that's aspiring to be a back. And a big lift up, reach wide, and then retrieve our legs. And the left leg goes out. Getting it in a good position, rolling the hip under. Standing right up on top of the right leg, reaching out wide through the arms. And then breathing that right arm up to the ceiling. Lift a little more and then coming up and over, side bending over the left leg. Feeling a little twisting to the right, a little bit of inclination to be almost a back bend. And then coming up, big lift through the top of the head. Reach wide for a moment, retrieving our left leg. We're here at the back of the mat somewhere. And then while we're here, let's Ustrasana. Breathing both arms up overhead. Lift a little higher and into Ustrasana, the kneeling back bend. Hands on the sacrum, or maybe they can reach to the heels. And then coming back up, long through the top of the head, and descending back into simplified Virasana. Breathing here. Or you can come forward in child's pose if you would rather. Nice big round breaths. And then we will expand ourselves back up to downward facing dog. And through a vinyasa or not. And here we are. Let's lift our right leg up, reaching long through the right heel. Bending the knee dog at the high fire hydrants. Through to the lunge. Coming up in the warrior number 2, the lateral lunge. Virabhadrasana, the best warrior, number 2. All right, and then let's straighten up the right leg. Don't move the feet, bring the arms up overhead. Kind of like an asymmetrical three-pointed star. Lift a little higher, tilting out into the triangle. And then press the back of the left arm behind you toward the body behind, toward the right side of the mat. While you press the right hip a little toward the left side of the mat. And then a big reach around with the left arm into the half binding here. Roll those shoulders out long through the top of the head. And then bending the right leg, coming back up into warrior 2, unfurling the left arm, reaching it back. And then picking that left arm up to windmill or further. And stepping back to the plank, through the vinyasa, downward facing dog. And then we will do that round on the left. Lifting the left leg. Bending the knee dog at the high fire hydrants. And through to the lunge. Coming up in the warrior 2, Virabhadrasana number 2. Breathing. And without moving the feet, straighten that left leg. Pull the arms up overhead. Reach a little bit longer. And then tilting out into the triangle, Namaste. And pressing that right arm and right shoulder away toward the left side of the mat, trying to twist, resisting that by pressing that left hip toward the right side of the mat. And then letting that right arm wrap around into the half binding, roll the shoulders out, keep reaching up through the front of the right shoulder. And then bending the left knee, coming up to the warrior two, unfurl your right arm, pulling back through the right finger. Picking that right arm up, windmilling down, stepping back to the plank through the vinyasa, downward facing dog. Three deep breaths here. Coming down, sitting back in child's pose. And let's come up onto all fours. We're going to do the thread the needle shoulder stretch. So we'll do the left arm coming up first. So right hand moves to the center, bringing that left arm up with a twist to the left. And then diving the left arm through, walking the hand out, pulling the left shoulder down and back. You can keep the right arm crossed under, or if you want to do a variation and take that right arm into a half binding, you could do that. And no. And we'll go to the other side. Left hand in the center, big twist open with the right. Guiding that through, walking the right hand out to the left, pulling the right shoulder down to the right. Doing whatever other variation you want to do here. And retrieving that right arm. And let's get our block again. Squeeze whatever we can out of these last couple of minutes. And we're going to do the block under the sacrum. Started a tiny bit late, so maybe we'll go a minute or two over. Let's lift up, walk under the sacrum. And then sliding those legs out straight. Opening up the front of the hip joints. So we're kind of focused on bindings and opening shoulders and things, as you might have noticed, but we also did a lot of flexion in the hips. All right, so now we're unflexioning, we're extending and cooperating with the block with however much intensity you feel like putting into it at this point. Maybe you're ready to be a little bit more easeful. Maybe you've got some energy left to really reach through the heels and press the backs of the legs down. Get the shoulders a little out, widen across the collarbone. And bending the knees will come up off the block. And then coming up in the bridge pose. Pressing the feet down, rolling up. Interlocking the fingers underneath or not. Inhaling into the front of the body. Exhale, gently moving up into that space. And rolling down vertebrae by vertebrae. Melting into the floor. Nice exhale out the mouth, letting go. Let the legs slide out to straight. Another inhale, exhale out the mouth, letting go. And then consider, maybe this is enough. And here we are in Shavasana. If there's something else you feel your body needs or wants to do, take a moment considering whether you're actually going to do it. And if you want to, that's fine. Maybe Shavasana is enough. Wherever we are, slowing that breath down. letting the weight of your body rest into the earth. And then breathing back into your body, into the room. Moving the fingers and toes, getting the circulation going. Stretching your arms up overhead. And your knees. To gently make your way up to sitting. And sitting in any comfortable position with a long and spacious spine. Taking a few more moments sitting quietly inside yourself. Namaste. Thank you for coming. That was inclined there to take a lot more moments sitting quietly inside myself. All right.